Okay, when you do this Visual Basic programming within Excel, we have a really nice arranged cells like that, so we can use the address of this cell for the place containing some contents. But sometimes we want our own virtual memory place. I mean, some place to you can save some kind of contents. Then we call that is array. And in this task, I want to show you how you make that kind of virtual space. Okay, first, doesn't matter, just go to developer and click Visual Basic. Right now we don't have anything in here, so let's make a module first. And within that module, let's just copy the code from task 110 from the lecture note. And this is one. Okay, in lecture note you can see the explanation that any array should be declared by this word. Dim is a dimension, and array is just the name of array that we want to make, so you can change this one to any way you want. Okay? And of course this subroutine is assigned by that name, but you can also change that one. But most important one is this number, right? If originally, if this number 5, if it's the number is 5, then actually there we are expecting 6 kind of places within that array, because the array should start from 0 for the index of that array, right? So if this number is 5, then we're expecting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 5, so we're expecting 6 places in there. So without having that part, if it's 5, then you could have array 0 in there. If you don't have it, which means we don't assign any contents for that array, so it's okay. But if you have that, then it should start from 1. So if you just assign array 0 here, you may get error sign for that. Okay? So we are going to talk about that a little bit later. After you finish all this typing, let's run this code. Then it shows array 1 contents, which is January dash February, like that, right? Okay, so we have 5 kind of outputs here. Nice. Let's look at this code again. Then we have this extra dash between all these contents in there, and this is how we could put, right? In the message box, this is the name of the arrays place, right? So in this message box you are going to see JAN for that, right? And that is a string, that is a text, not a number. So you can just attach with string easily, and the method is ampersand with double quotation mark, which is around that whatever the string you want to put in there. So if you have just like this, we are going to have this dash between JAN and FEB, between these them, right? So if you just include, let's say, 2 extra spaces in there and see what's going to happen. Can you see that there is a small space appears in there, right? Only that place, right? So that's how we can handle it, right? Okay. And we can go up to that much, right? So now, by accidentally, let's assume that we just forget we give these commands in front. So if you just put 0 in there, and whatever the contents is, when you run this, it says something wrong, and the debugging says, yeah, it's out of range, because even that's assigned 5. Because of this, our base start index must be 1, not 0. So it doesn't understand 0, or it says there is no such place in our virtual memory. Okay, so all we can do is deleting this or deleting that part. And another way to deleting the code or line of code is, instead of really deleting from that code, you can just simply type single quotation mark in front of it. Okay, let me say it's because you are in the debugging station, so like that. So whenever you typed in the single quotation mark in any line, the Visual Basic understand that it's just a comment, right? So it's not in the code, so it's only understand this much. So when you run it, it's okay, everything is good. Okay? But why it doesn't show this? Because in our message box we are not using that information yet. So if you just put it there, we are gonna see that. So instead of January, how about that one? So it's state 0 but jump to second place, right? I mean third in this case. So let me run again. Then yes, YI, and instead of January it goes to February like that. Okay. So without that condition, listen carefully, without that code, our array with certain number, say 5, means it has 6 places on it, and starting from 0. But for some reason, if you want to start from 1, then please add that one in there, and don't start from 0, start from 1. Space doesn't mean anything. Okay, and of course we need to change that one to 1. Okay, then it's gonna work by that.